course enjoy a somewhat longer happy life with prosperities and enjoyments that is in the heaven. And when that merits is exhausted, they have to come back to the mortal world again to earn more merits. It is just like our life is just like an ordinary person. Ordinary person when he toils hard, earns plenty of money, and then what to do with that money? He has to enjoy. He has the desires, so to fulfill the desires and enjoy the wealth he has earned with so much struggle, he chooses some of the high hotels, 5-star hotels, 7-star hotels. He spends his money in hotels, and there he has no right to earn, but he has right to enjoy whatever he has earned. When all the wealth is exhausted there, what happens then? He is kicked out. And then where has to go? He goes again home, where he can earn more. He starts again business and earns more. Again he goes to enjoy somewhere. And again he comes home when the money is exhausted. In this way, coming and going, this cycle goes on. And some people, some other people, who are always in loan, they don't own anything, but they spend much, so they do some robbery, or they steal something from others' houses, and then when they are caught up, they are sent to jail. And there they have to suffer for their sinful acts. And then when that period is over, they have to come again, released from the prison. They have to come home either to earn good or bad. Accordingly, again they have to go somewhere. So in this way, the home where they stay and they earn either good or bad, that is the mortal world here. Here the human life, mostly the human life, or other lives also, rarely, but mostly the human life has got that freedom to earn either good or bad. It is just like a great circle in the midst of busy city. Wherever you want to go, you can find a road there. And once you started the journey in a particular road, you cannot come back. You have to reach the goal. Of course, you may reach the ring road in the end of the outskirt of the city, and then Again you have to come to the circle. If you have led a unwanted path, then you have to choose it. Coming to the circle, you have to choose the right path. In this way, this human life is most important, and even the gods, the discriminate beings who have got discrimination, they wish to come to human life. Here they have all the freedom to do good and bad. If you do bad, then you have to go to hell, that is prison, and you have to suffer there. And this is how they go to the inferior lives, that is life of animals, birds, insects, or plants, or others. And when they do something good, they go to higher lives, subtler lives, and they enjoy there, that is called heaven, or the abode of gods. There they enjoy. But there also they don't have the right to do something for liberation, nor anybody has any right to do something in the prison. But at your home, you can choose anything. So this human life, just like the circle in a busy city, wherever you want to go, you have the road before you. You have to choose the proper path. So in this way, Lord says, Te tam bhuktva swargalokam visalam Shine punye martyalokam visanti evam traidharma manu prapanna gatagatam kama kama lavante. Having attaining that heaven, having enjoyed there for a pretty long time, in the heaven they enter the world of mortals again when their merit is exhausted there, thus abiding by the injunctions of the three Vedas and desiring objects of desires, they attain to the state of going and coming to the circle of birth and death. The dharma of the three merit mere Vedic rituals enjoined by the three Vedas, that is karma kanda, or to do some sacrifices with the desires. Kama kamaha, the people whose minds are filled with vasanas or worldly tendencies, whose senses are turbulent, who are the slaves of their senses, mind, and desires. Thus they serve their desires somehow or other, and they again and again come to this cycle of birth and death. Ananya chintayanto mam ye janaha paripasate tesam nityavijuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. In the end, Lord Krishna gives assurance, takes the contract, declares openly, Arjuna, for those men who worship me alone, Ananya Chintantamam, who worship me alone, none else, ye janaha paripasate, thinking of no other, for those ever united, Nitya Vijuktanam, ever united with me, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam, I secure what is not already possessed, I supply them whatever their needs are, and preserve what they already possess. I protect them not to lose whatever they have already. So both yoga and kshemam. Yoga means I supply them, I add to their needs, and kshemam, I protect them, I make them able to do whatever they like, because they like nothing else other than worshipping me alone. So, my duty becomes to protect them and supply them their needs. That I, of course, do. That is my duty, that is my contract. I am the only one, the director of supermarket, so I have all the rights to supply them whatever they need. I have everything. Ananya, non-separate, this is another interpretation. Persons who meditating on me as non-separate worship me in all beings. I am the one only who is present in all conditions, everywhere, at all time. So, if at all they worship other names and forms of the gods or other deities, they know that I alone abide in all those different gods. So they know perfectly well, worshipping different deities, they worship me alone, they think of me alone. So in this way, whatever they do, it comes to me. That is what we saw yesterday, day before yesterday also. Akasat patidam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram sarvadevo namaskaram kesavam patigacchati. Just as the raindrops falling from the clouds, they get accumulated and somehow or other, today or tomorrow, they reach the source of all the water, that is ocean. Similarly, to whomsoever you worship, that goes to the absolute Lord only, because He is the source of all the gods, all the beings, everything. So knowingly or unknowingly, it goes directly or indirectly to the absolute truth. So if you know, those who know me, they worship me alone with awareness, and ignorant persons, of course, they worship other gods. One day or other, they will come to me alone, because I am present everywhere. I abide everywhere in all hearts. So in this way he says, Ananya, though they worship other gods, they know me alone in them, so they worship only one, that is I. Who are ever devout, I secure gain and safety. They consider themselves as non-separate. They are not different from me. Whatever belongs to me, that means the whole universe, that belongs to them also. That is, they look upon the Supreme Being as non-separate from their own self. They look upon the Supreme Being as their own self, so they are ever protected. Those devotees who behold nothing as separate from themselves, then they have no selfish interests of their own. Whatever they think for the whole universe as one. Whatever they do good to the whole universe as one. So that is me alone. They certainly do not look for their own gain and safety. Own gain means individual gain. They have no individual sense. They have no desire for life or death. They have taken sole refuge in the Lord. They have nothing to lose, because there is nothing they call their own. Mamatma sarvabhutatma eko devo sarvabhutesu gudha sakshi cheta kevala nirgunascha. Their very bodies become gods. They have no desire for acquisition, because all their desires are gratified by their communion with the Lord. They have eternal satisfaction as they possess all the divine Aishwaryas, the supreme wealth of the Lord. If they are hurt in the physical body, the Lord is hurt. I have many times given these stories of great devotees. Such devotee was there in Odisha, Jagannath. One, his name was Bandhu Mahanti. Mahanti was his title, and Bandhu was his name. Bandhu means friend. And he always used to say from heart and soul, Jagannath is my friend. He knew it. He thought over only his friend, Jagannath, and who is all-pervading, present everywhere, and doer of everything. So he used to be merged in the thought of his friend Jagannath, and he had no time to earn his livelihoods for the family. And he had some children and wife. The children used to go without bread. They have to suffer because there was nothing to eat or nothing to wear. So his wife always used to say, "You always claim my friend is Jagannath, the Lord of the whole universe, and your condition is like this. How is it? Why don't you ask your friend who is the Lord of the universe to look at his family?" So he used to say, "My dear, there is no need of informing him. He knows everything. He is everywhere present. So there is no need of telling him or informing him." But the foolish lady, she could not understand this deep feeling of the heart of that devotee. She used to force him again and again, "Go to your friend and ask him some wealth. At least my children should be fed." So one day he thought, "Let us go. We shall meet him, that's all." Just as Sudama wanted to meet Lord Krishna. So Bandhu Mahanti one day decided, "My children, my darling, we should go today. Start, we shall go to my friend. He knows everything. That is enough. If we go to him, he will arrange everything." So they started. It was far off from Jagannath temple. His village was too far. So they reached in the odd time. It was dark and the temple was closed. That means everything was silent, and of course some people used to sleep inside the boundary. Nobody is prohibited. So this family, they reached there, and then they were feeling so much hungry. They went to that pit where all the extracts of rice water in a channel, they are collected outside the temple, and the bulls and other animals drink that. So, because they were feeling so hungry, they went there and drank to their satisfaction so much water. Mand, we say, ganji, ganji, the extract of rice, water. And they came inside, and somewhere they were tired, they were sleeping together. And in midnight, somebody came calling, "Bandhu Mahanti, Bandhu Mahanti, Bandhu Mahanti, where are you?" He was shouting, but nobody heard. But Bandhu Mahanti could hear it. So he got up, and somebody is coming with a big plate filled with all those so delicious prasad given, offered to Jagannath. Yeah? Chappan bhog. 56 kinds of dishes filled in a big plate, golden plate, and Bandhu Mahanti got up. Yes, yes, I am here. Who are you? Where from you are coming? Why you are asking me? Your friend has sent some food for you. How can you sleep without food here? Come on, take this plate. He comes and offers. And Bandhu Mahanti woke up all those children and wife. They started eating sumptuously, and they were so glad. After so many days, they got some food to eat. They were tired whole day walking, and they ate sumptuously and washed that vessel. They didn't know what kind of vessel was that. They kept it there. Morning we shall see. We shall return the plate. And over that they rested their heads and they were sleeping around the plate. And they were so tired. It was daybreak and they were yet sleeping. But there inside the temple, they were searching, the pandas, the priests, they were searching for the god's plate, golden plate where they have to offer morning breakfast to the god. It was missing. So how can they offer some breakfast to the Lord? They were searching everywhere, nowhere they could find. It was reported to the king, and everybody was searching for the golden plate. Nowhere they could find. And in the end, some priest came and found, oh, it is here. This fellow has stolen this from the temple. So all the police and all those priests, everybody came and went on beating this thief, Bandhu Mahanti. And they took away that plate, and Bandhu Mahanti was beaten severely. After that, the priests offered food to Lord, but the Lord didn't accept anything. How? There is a principle there in Jagannath Puri. When they offer something to Lord and they give achmani water, the priest has to take some water in the hand and put around offering. That is according to our Hindu traditions. So when they see the reflection of Lord, that means the form of Lord inside the water, then only the Lord has accepted everything. If they don't see the form of Lord inside the achmani water, then it is not accepted by the Lord. That day it happened. They could not see the Lord's form in the water. So what has happened? Everybody was worried. What has happened? How to know? There is a tradition. When something goes wrong, either the head of the priests or the king have to meditate in a particular way. They have to fall down prostrating before Lord with a blade of grass in the mouth and moving neither this side, that side. With one pointed mind, they fall at the feet of Lord, asking what has happened, please tell us. We shall rectify the mistakes. This is the tradition there. Sometimes when the Lord gets annoyed, then they have to do this, and the Lord has to come and inform them what wrong they have done. They rectified that, and then only God becomes pleased with them and accepts. So that day, the Lord is not accepting. So everybody was worried. What has happened today? All these mishaps. First of all, there was no plate, and some thief had theft it from the temple. And when we brought it, now Lord is annoyed what has happened. So the king went there and prostrated before the Lord. And after some time, Lord appeared before the king in dhyanam, in meditation, and he showed his body. Lord Jagannath showed his body, which was having so many marks of beating and swellings. Lord showed him his body. O king, how can I accept your breakfast? I am suffering. You have beaten me like mercilessly like this. See my body. How can I accept anything? I cannot accept your food. So the king got up with so much anxiety. What has happened? He inquired everywhere, what has happened? What happened today? So all the informations were given to him. So they went running to that Bandhu Mahanti. His body was same as Jagannath's body. The king was so clever. He used to be great devotee of Lord Jagannath. He understood, and when he brought Bandhu Mahanti to the temple and worshipped him, putting him near Jagannath and gave him all the medicines and worshipped him, made him pleased with all the priests. Of course, he is a devotee. He has got no enemy, nothing. So when he was pleased, then only Lord accepted the offerings. This is how the body of the devotee is taken as the body of the Lord himself. Many such stories. Many such stories. Not only in Jagannath Puri, all over India, great devotees, they have proved this. So, The body of the devotee is Lord's body, and whatever belongs to the Supreme Lord, that belongs to the devotee also. They are identical body-wise, mind-wise, soul-wise. In every respect they are identical. They entertain no other thoughts than those of the Lord. Consequently, the Lord Himself looks after their bodies, wants, such as food and clothing. This is known as yoga. This is known as yoga, one-pointed mind. This is how the devotees get one-pointed mind. They don't have to practice asana and pranayama. Their thoughts are always saturated with Lord's thought and preserves what they already possess. This is known as Kshema. Yoga means to supply them their needs, and Kshema means to protect their belongings. He does these two acts, the Lord, just as the father and mother attend to the bodily needs of their children, so also the Lord attends to the needs of His devotees. The mother cannot overlook the needs of the child, and if his clothes are dirty, she has to clean all those. If his body is dirty, simple, innocent child, the mother has to give the child a good bath. Everything mother does for the child. Similarly, God takes care of His devotees. They direct their whole mind with a full faith towards the Lord. They make the Lord alone the sole object of their thought. For them, nothing is dearer in this world than the Lord. They live for the Lord alone. They think of Him only with singleness of purpose and one-pointed devotion. They behold nothing but the Lord. They love Him in all creatures. When they lead such a life, the Lord takes the whole burden of securing gain, yoga, and safety, Kshema, for them upon Himself. He takes all the responsibility on Himself. Namdev, he was a great devotee. It is well known in the devotee's history. Once Namdev, of course, he had shown so many miracles in his childhood, but when he was grown up, he was a Vaishnava Mahatma, and he was roaming somewhere, and one day he begged some flour and something from the village at midday, and went to a river bank, and there under a tree he rested a while, and prepare the food, and then he went to take a dip in the river. When he was taking a dip, of course now he has not offered those food to the Lord. When he comes after bath, he will do all the worship. He will offer it to the Lord, and then of course he will take the food as prasad. That is our custom. We offer everything to the Lord and then take as the prasad. So when he was taking a dip, at that time a dog came running from somewhere, and he took away those breads and running. So when Namdev got up from the water and saw this dog is taking away the bread, he ran behind him, shouting, "Oh Lord, oh Narayan, why you are so much annoyed? Please wait, please wait." He was running very fast to catch the dog in whom he was seeing the Narayan. He was claiming, "Oh Lord, why you are so much annoyed on me? Please wait, wait, I have some butter. I shall apply the butter on the bread. Then only you can take. How can you eat this dried bread? Please wait, please wait." He went fast, caught hold of the dog and snatched away the breads and applied butter, and then he fed him and then prostrated before him. "My Lord, why you are so much annoyed? Please eat sumptuously." He prostrated before him, and when he got up, he says, Narayan is standing. He sees Narayan is standing before him. There was no God, no dog. Dog became God. This is the miracle of the great devotees. They see the Lord everywhere in these individual beings. Of course, they behave with individuals, but they see the one Lord everywhere. This is how in Gita Lord Krishna says, Samadarshina, Panditaha Samadarshina. They behave just as the ignorant people behave, but their attitude, inner feelings, inner thoughts, they are always one-pointed. They are devoted to God. They see God alone in every being. Our Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev, in the beginning, he used to worship Lord Kali in Dakshineshwar. And he used to pluck some flowers and offer to the Kali Ma. Afterwards he felt Kali is all-pervading. It is an offense to pluck flowers because she is present in the flowers also and the flower plants also. In Vishnu Sahasranam we chant every day the name Pushpahasaha. The Lord is the laughter of the flower in the plants. That blissful pleasure in the flower. Everybody gets pleasure when he sees the flower. That is God's presence. We should not harm the plants. God is present there. The flowers are His laughter. We should not harm these flowers. So, when Ramakrishna Paramahansa, when he goes to pluck some flowers, he sees the Kali in the flowers. He could not pluck any flowers anymore. And he gets ecstasy when he sees the flowers. Oh, my mother, you are present everywhere. And sometimes he used to pluck some flowers and he used to see Kali in his own body, and he worships his own body, not in the temple, not the deity. Such is the mental condition of these great devotees. So, they behold the form of Lord everywhere in these names and forms. That attitude should be admired by everyone and should be followed. That is our idealism. That is the essence of all the scriptures. When they lead such a life, the Lord takes the whole burden on of securing gain, yoga, and safety for them upon himself. Nitya yuktaha, those who constantly meditate on the Lord with intense devotion, unshaken faith, and one-pointed mind. This is how the great devotees, they worship the Lord in all these names and forms. And that is what Lord says, Ananya chintayanto mam ye janaha paripasate tesam nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. This point, yoga kshemam vahamyaham, we have seen in many lives of different devotees, jnanis, and yogis. Lord certainly takes care of his devotees. Whosoever thinks of the Lord without diverting the mind from him, who thinks none other than the Lord, Lord is there and then and there. And this is also the meaning of Mahatyaga, the great renunciation. One who renounces all this world, the Lord is present then and there, and he attains the highest peace. Tyagat santiranantaram. The moment you renounce, you enter into the kingdom of peace and silence and bliss. This is how the meaning of renunciation should be understood, thinking nothing else other than the one Lord. He is present everywhere, so you cannot accept anything other than Him. You cannot worship anyone else other than Him. This is the truth. And the truth is understood and accepted by these great souls. And Lord takes the whole responsibility of such great people. Tomorrow we shall see ये प्यन्य देवता भक्ता भजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्ति अविधिपूर्वकम्. One who worships others, what happens to them? He doesn't behold me in all these names and forms. What will happen to them? So he says, what happens? Tomorrow we shall see. Of course, he told about the great devotees or yogis or jnanis, but those who are not achieved, who have not achieved such a height of spirituality, oneness with Lord, what happens to them? What do they do? What do they get? Tomorrow we shall see. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai. Hari